Class. My name is Miranda. Today I want to talk about leadership. So, as you know, I'm a member of the U.S. military, and I was recently promoted. So, in the event of being promoted, I earned some leadership roles. I'm now in charge of a few personnel within my section, and I just ensure that they do the right thing and that everything is going smooth for them and that we get them training and anything that they need, I'm there to help. So the issue that comes with leadership is some people think that leadership is just, hey, do this, do that. And they're just telling people what to do, thinking, hey, I'm leading this set of individuals, this group of people. But that's not what it is. To better elaborate, in the military, we have NCOs. NCOs are people with stripes. Now, I was recently promoted, so I'm just, as of recently, a leader in the military's eyes. But thing is, these stripes don't dictate how well of a leader I am. So for me, I like to look at it like this. You lead by example. Those stripes, they don't mean anything to me in the sense that they're going to dictate who I am as a leader because that's just what's on my chest. But what I do stands and it speaks louder. So I've worked with some people who, as stated, they just tell people what to do. And I had an encounter like that today. I had somebody who had higher was a higher rank than me, and they felt that they were in charge because of their rank and that they were leading everybody in the event that was going on. But in the midst of all that, while I'm getting spoken to by this individual who feels that they're in charge, I was the one that was ensuring that all of my people were at the right place at the right time in the right uniform. I wasn't making sure that they were taken care of and they were going to lunch, and then when they came back, that any training that they had, everything was going smoothly because in the military you just have to adjust. There's never anything set in stone, and things can change at any moment. Well, as I stated, I want to talk about leadership. So, leadership, like I said, doesn't matter about the uniform. Doesn't matter what the rank is. It's who you are and how you're doing things. Now, I say leadership is setting the standard. You can't ask your soldiers to do something that you're not going to do. So for me, I needed all of my guys to be at a place by 0840. Well, what did that mean? I left my house early and I was at this location at 0810. Yeah, maybe it was 30 minutes early, but or prior to the time that I needed everybody else to be there. But I had to be there to make sure that they could get there, to follow up and like, hey, you guys are here, okay, cool. And I would send that up to higher rank, higher authorities. At the same time, it's being in the right uniform. I had to make sure my uniform was clean. I had to make sure I had a clean haircut. My overall appearance was well maintained because I can't ask my guys to do this and do that. I can't ask them, hey, you got to stay within the standard if I'm not doing it myself. At the same time, I had these guys after the training and whatnot. I let them go to lunch. Then they come back. They come back to the workplace, and what am I doing? I'm studying for this training that's coming up. Well, if I want my guys to study, I need to show them that, hey, I'm doing it too. At the same time, I may have a little bit more on my plate because I have to be in charge of these guys and I have to make sure that they're good to go. But I'm doing it. I'm there. I'm studying, and I ask my guys to do the same. At the end of the day, when we're done studying, and I feel that they've done well, I send my guys home. I may cut them early just a little bit because they need that. They need that extra 30 minutes to spend with their families and whatnot. Because at the same time, when I was their ranks, that's the type of leadership I had. It kind of shows that these leaders actually do care about you, and hey, if there's no need for you to be there, then by all means go home, spend the time with your family, because at some point, we're going to take more time away from your family than maybe fair at the time, but that's just the way things work, and when missions come, it is what it is. And like I said, there were other leaders who, like the one I encountered today, she felt that because she was higher ranking than me, she could tell me, hey, do this and do that. And she, in all honesty, this individual wasted a good, 20, 30 minutes of my time when I had other things to take care of. Now, I let her do her thing because she has the higher rank than me, but at the time, she wasn't doing anything. She was just saying this and that, but she wasn't studying with me or any of the soldiers. She didn't ensure that the soldiers knew what uniform to be in, when to be at the right place. I showed up at the event today way earlier than she did as well because I had to make sure my guys were there. And there's just so much more. At the same time, she may have left work at 4:30 or maybe 5, but I didn't get out of work until 6 o'clock. I kept my guys out a little bit earlier. Why? Because we had training and I had a little bit more things to take care of to make sure that they were good to go. Overall, my argument is leadership. Leadership is doing and setting the standard and not just saying. You can't just tell people what to do. And with that being said, this concludes my brief.